Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Lane. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 66 yards. And the Lions are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Well, certainly not a great start. You give up the one-play touchdown, Charles, and it looked like this offense was trying to get the equalizer in one play on the other side.
They certainly were, and I think that the shock of giving up the big play may have forced their hand a little bit in their play calling. They didn't have the discipline to just say, all right, we got time. Let's go ahead and work it downfield. Oh.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Sam Laporta from 6 yards away. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Hurts. A throw out wide going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is fielded at the 7. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Steps away to his left. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Lane. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Throwing on 1st down. Lane. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Off the play fake. Lane flushed out right. And he's got it. Touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Lions take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They find themselves in a good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time, and now it's 2nd down. Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. Back to throw again. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Now the extra point try forthcoming. Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And he returns this to the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles. With Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to...
And in for the Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Lions open the lead up to 34-0. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. They'll drop to throw. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. It's Brian Branch with it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They'll run with Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 42-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. St. Brown in motion right. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions have got it on cruise control. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that off. And he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Following the fumble recovery, Lane, he's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. This is caught. And he is going to lose yardage here. Can this defense hold him out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs. He scored on the ground and one through the air. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Jahmyr Gibbs finished it all off with a touchdown grab. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and a route is on here in this first half. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your...
And he loses the football a second time. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. Oh, heavy Lion pressure here, and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. In the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the rout is on here in this first half. Able to get the pressure, get a paw on it, knock it down, and then go and grab it and take it into the end zone. What a play. So we've reached halftime. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
A throw over the middle, taken in. 7 yards there and a first down. A handoff to Barkley on the option. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach. And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Throw out wide is incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that? I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he? Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st down, Lane. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions just continue to roll. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here. Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 18. And that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13. He'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That sack courtesy of Jack Campbell. The Eagles send out their punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. Yeah, Sanders now to return. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Lions continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Well, you may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the line. And now off to the races, down the right side. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that zero on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Now he's into the clear again.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Gibbs is in for a Lions touchdown. Well, where our booth is here, we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for some time because this game, boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can see our guy Scoop. He's even got his fedora tipped over his face. I think he's taking a nap now. Nothing left to write for him, but how gratifying has it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so good. They've got to feel fantastic about what they've accomplished in this one.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll bring it back to about the 5-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try and sneak it here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Point after here coming up. And this one was over a while ago as they had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He dumps it off to Barkley. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down. Back to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Buying time to his left. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. That one looks like he'll throw here. Dancing to his left. Trucks over him. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.